Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call. If you're on this call, you were invited from the Darius show. I know it's during the week, so a lot of people will just get the replays and not be on live. Just center yourself in your heart for a moment and connect and breathe. Okay. This call is for you guys, and I want to work on what you want to work on. So if you can write into the message board of what that is, or let me know, or raise your hand and unmute yourself so we can talk for a moment. Okay, everybody's silent. Okay, there was something I was getting. Did you want to say something, Robin? Hi, sweetheart.
I didn't know how to raise my hand.
I don't know how to tell you to raise your hand.
I didn't have anything prepared. I guess one thing I struggle with is when I get money, when things start flowing, I have a fear that it's going to stop. I always have that fear that it's going to be cut off from me, or my whatever's in my subconscious is going to jump up out of there and, cut everything off. I'm actually afraid of things that are deep in my subconscious that I don't know about, which is really funny. And it's something that blocks me often, is the fear of the fear of what I don't know about.
Okay, we can do fear of the future. And then allowing the flow of money. And a lot of people get money in and then it goes right out.
Yeah, that happens to me.
Yeah. So we'll work on that too. Okay. And there's one thing I heard this morning a lot, and I think I'm going to do another webinar on it, but I'm going to also do it for you guys here, was the will to live. It's like a lot of people just want to die and exit. Dying is much easier than living.
Tamra?
Yes.
I also don't know how to raise my hand, so.
That's okay, honey.
Okay. I really would like to work on my health. I reached already a lot because I have been ill for decades. I'm 65 now and I managed to come out of my wheelchair. But I had a lot of intense situations and I still have things left.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what I can do about it.
Okay. There's always stuff left to do.
Yes.
Because we can't go from riding a horse to flying a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
There's steps in between. And sometimes we make huge steps. We go up 5 steps at a time, and then we get used to that. And then we go up more steps and more steps and more steps. Because there's always more to learn. There's always more to expand. I mean, we are on planet Earth, which I call Earth School.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to share. We're here to really love ourselves.
Yes.
And then be able to love everybody else. It really starts with us and within us in order to get to that space of truly being able to love other people.
Yes.
Instead of it just serving you in some way to be in those relationships, it's about true love and sharing without expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll work on your health too. And again, the flow of life will help with that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And combined with it, I think this whole process from being decades not able to do anything, and now I can walk and do my household and even dance and look
Wow.
after my grandchildren, and so everybody around me is as amazed as I am myself, and I feel that I'm really inspiring people. Also,
Yeah.
the old people around me who are always complaining and things like that, they get a kind of uplifted. So I have a deep feeling inside that I have to do something with it to inspire people. And
Share.
okay.
Yeah, just share.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's beautiful that you can do that with people.
Yes.
I mean, I have training if you want to help serve people that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Practitioner training, there's 4 different levels of that.
Okay.
And then I also have 4 different levels or 5 different levels in Akashic Records training, which also uses for healing and reading and stuff like that.
Yes.
But whatever you choose,
Mm-hmm.
if that's what you want to do to be in service.
Yes, yes, that's I have this feeling the whole of my life. Now I really know that everything is possible, and I experienced it myself, and I show it to others. And but I also don't want to talk about the past anymore. So that's. But then people tell me, yes, but you have to tell it because then we know where you came from. And that's a little, I have the feeling when I talk about the past, I keep it alive.
Yes and no. I mean, is there energy in it? I mean, if you're always
No,
reliving it and it's emotional for you,
no.
then you could be recreating stuff out of it.
Oh,
But
I see.
if you're using it for inspiration, it's like, hey, I was here, I was in a wheelchair, I couldn't walk.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can walk, I can dance, I can play with my grandkids. I have changed my life, and this is how I did it, or this is my journey
Okay.
to better health. And if you would like, I can help you with that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
We
yes.
go through things for inspiration and learning,
Mm-hmm.
so we can do service with however that is for us.
Sorry, can you repeat this?
We go through different things so that we have compassion
Yes.
for other people, and then also we learn how to help other people.
Yes. Okay. I see.
Yeah. So, we are the creators of our lives and everything that happens in our lives. And when we go through a journey like that and we get out of it, it's so inspiring to be able to help other people and tell them what you went through, and then offer to help them,
Yes.
if you desire. You don't have to.
No, but it's
Everything is inside of you. We don't have to go outside of ourselves and do this work.
Mm-hmm.
Be support for the whole world. Just really healing ourselves heals the whole world.
Yes.
Because we're all connected. But if you desire to step out and help other people, your story is amazing transformation where you can really help other people feel the same way.
Yes. Well, it's feeling like a kind of urge from inside that it has to share this, to help people inspire their own lives, to get aware and to come out of their drama.
Yeah.
It's a kind of inner urge. So
Drama.
yes,
Everybody's
but
addicted to their drama or their sicknesses.
yes, but also I think what I discover is that there are still some thoughts left inside of me that I really wonder why I chose such a difficult life from birth on, because I have experienced everything except war. And I really don't get it. I know I got through it, and I know now that things are different, but maybe that's we can work on that.
Well, yeah. And, you're quite a master if you could put all that in one lifetime instead of having to
Yes.
spend several lifetimes doing that.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
that's really cool. Honor yourself and be grateful for your experiences and say, okay, I've done all of that. And now it's time to move on and be in service the way
Yes.
I desire to be.
Yes. Okay. That's totally clear. Thank you.
Yeah, just it's the way you desire to be, not the way you have to be or you're
Yes.
supposed to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because people tell me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do
Yes.
that, you need to
Yes.
do this.
Yes.
And it doesn't resonate with me.
Yes.
I've done it and it doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't resonate
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
And I've decided if it's not something that totally thrills me, I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay. That's yes. It's
Yeah,
very
it's like,
yes.
oh, but you'll get recognition. Oh, it's like I don't want to have relationships with people for recognition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If my business grows as I grow, and as I'm ready for that, and not to have to do it with other people. Does
Yes.
that make sense?
Yes. It makes totally sense because this also clarifies for me that most of my, well, maybe some 50 or 60 years, people got helped by me, and they are telling decades that I am a great help and that I should be a coach. And I like to help people, but I feel inside of me that I like to bring beauty and joy and peace just by radiating it and by
All you
making,
have to do.
yes. So to be, I want to be.
It's all you have to do.
Okay.
You're
Yes.
not obligated to do anything else.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
really listen to yourself and not
Yes.
the peanut gallery. There's an activation on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Great.
peanut gallery. You know how I got this activation is I think it was 2013 or the beginning of 2014. Esther Hicks was in Florida and I was in Florida at the time.
Yeah.
And I heard you're going to be on stage, go freshen up your makeup because we had a hotel room, you know. So I went in, I freshened up my makeup and I put up my hand. She called me, I got on stage and she's all okay. And I said, well, I don't have a question for you. I said, but you have something to tell me. And she's like, okay. So she connects and she goes, you're much more intuitive than you think you are, and stop listening to other people. I think she said the peanut gallery. I don't remember. And follow your own guidance. And I went, thank you. So that's where that activation or deactivation came from. And it came up again the other day. This person that was promoting me several years ago, we're still friends, and she was the one telling me, you got to go meet these people. You got to go do this. You got to go do that. And it didn't resonate within me. So I didn't do it. I started to do it. And then I went, you know what? This doesn't resonate. I'm not going to do it. And I didn't. And I'm thankful I didn't, you know? So it's all the answers are inside, and remember that. Okay.
Yes. This makes sense completely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Diana, love your hair. Thanks. I've done everything, paid for several sessions with spiritual teachers, healings, activations, clearing, meditation, visualizations, programs, courses. And nothing has changed in the physical. Nothing. I wanted for the past months for manifestation help. Okay. So the first thing for manifestation help, and you got this in your package, is 0 to 7. It was the second one in the package. And I'm going to tell you guys right now that most your money programs you receive from 0 to 7. I would go through that package several times. That one activation or deactivation, that one class. And we can work on 0 to 7 today also. 0 to 7 is huge because 0 to 7, we're in theta brainwaves the whole time. And we're like this fresh computer with no software. Well, we have some background software, right? But we're filling up our software package, our knowledge, with everything that we're experiencing around us. Our parents struggling, the town struggling, the belief systems even that we hear from the TV, radio, anything. And we decide what we're going to plug into and what we're not going to plug into. And so clearing out your 0 to 7 can really help you move forward on the money line. And so we'll do that today, the 0 to 7, but I'd also listen to it in your package, and that will help you open up. And also being seen, you have a confidence level that needs to rise. I mean, you feel you're good, but you don't feel you're good enough. And so we can work on that today too. Does that make sense to you, Diana? Big sigh. Do you want to talk? You can unmute yourself. It's much easier when you guys talk to me than me having to read this stuff.
Hey, Tamra.
Hi, honey.
Yes, totally makes sense. I feel like I've done every single clearing and activation, and I feel different, and nothing's changing. And I know sometimes manifestations take longer, but 7 months and none of them came into the physical. I start like having doubts of myself, and I start saying, well, what's wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? It's so disheartening, and I feel discouraged.
Yeah. Well, don't feel discouraged, because your emotions create your reality. So I would also really work on getting on a high vibrational thing. You know, again, if you listen to Esther Hicks, she's the high vibrational, whatever she calls it. I sing a song, and it goes like this. This can really help you with your manifestation, or any song. But I sing happy, happy, joy, 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 happy, 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 joy, 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 happy, happy.
Yeah, I remember that. I started giggling when you said that. You said it at the Talent Summit, and then I heard it in like one of your recording sessions. I thought it was hilarious.
That's the vibration you want to be in. You want to be laughing. You want to be giggling. I don't care if you're laughing at me, you know, but it's the vibration of manifestation you want to be in. Because if you're always disappointed and you're putting yourself down because you haven't created what you want to create, you'll keep creating situations to put yourself down. We are completely and totally the creators of our lives. And we're now in 5D. You know, we're no longer in the 3D filters where it takes forever to manifest. We manifest super fast now. And sometimes manifesting super fast can also be very scary.
I like the idea of that, manifesting super fast, but it's just not showing up. And I keep like declaring with my higher self. And I really hope that this replay helps other people too that are kind of in the same situation of being stuck, of not really manifesting what's in their heart. And I feel like
they are manifesting what's in their heart,
but it's not showing. Like, if it's just not showing, like in the same situation as me, like,
but you are manifesting what's in your heart. That's the part you got to understand. It's your emotions and your thoughts is what's creating your reality. So if you don't like the reality you're creating, you got to keep working on it, and also work on really manifesting. You know what I mean? You've got to spend time, because they say, you know, 95 to 99% of your life is ran by your subconscious program. Right? So that's a little thought. You know, a lot of people will call it your ego. I believe your ego, part of you, is the one thing that makes you get up, put on your makeup, work out, dress, brush your hair, you know, and go. That's that computer program. Where the subconscious programming is when you think, oh, I'm going to do this, and you hear, no, I'm not. That's your subconscious programming letting you know it's there.
Can we work on that today? Let's work on that subconscious.
We are. That's what I do. That's what the work I do does. It works and clears on your subconscious programming. And sometimes you're going to get changes in one area before you get changes in another area. Sometimes you really want to work on this but this area starts really shifting, and this area hasn't shifted. But all of this is shifting. But all of this is shifting, and it needs to shift before this can shift. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a process. I know. I get it. But trust me, I get it. I've been there. I've done that. You know, I came from a home where when I went into junior high school, my mom bought me 2 pairs of shoes. And I was so excited I had more than 1 pair of shoes. You know what I mean? And it was like a Payless store or something back then where we shopped, because that was our budget. So, I mean, I was able to create wealth, but I wasn't able to maintain it. So when you create money and you can't maintain it, it gets scary to create it again, because then you create this life that demands this level of abundance. And then if you don't keep it up, you're going to lose everything. So that fear comes in. So you'll keep yourself from creating it or staying at one level so that you don't fall so hard, that it's a small fall, not a big fall. So there's all these processes and stuff of situations and changes we've got to work on in order to go to that higher level. But it'll keep spinning and spinning and going and going and going and going. It's like a spiral. Or you sing happy, happy, joy, joy, or whatever that is for you to bring you up to that higher level of manifestation, it'll continue. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, do the 0 to 7 a lot. And I agree, you know, sharing stuff like this in our stories and what we're going through helps other people. That's why I'm always brutally honest with you guys, what I've gone through, what I'm going through, what shifts I've gone through, because it helps you understand the shifts and stuff that you're going through, you know. And when people think teachers like me are perfect and stuff like that, we're not perfect. We got our own stuff going on. We have our own lives we're living and developing and creating and healing from. And that's what makes a lot of us show up, because we've been there, we've done that. Just like Mariam was talking about what she went through, you know, and really is to help hold the space for others or help coach or however. You know, I think we create these things to have these experiences to be able to help other people and also help ourselves. It's fun. What if you were completely, totally enlightened and knew everything was perfect and everything is supplied for you? You'd probably be living in a cave somewhere. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, think about that. What would you do? What would you do? We have to have those motivations, and we can make them happy, joy motivations versus stress and fighting to survive. You know, we don't have to be in the fighting to survive, but we can definitely be in the joy and happiness of creations to create situations like that to help us grow. So we can switch that, because a lot of us believe the more we suffer, the more we grow. So if we can turn that off and go into, you know, the happier I am and the more I share with myself and others, the more I grow and the more I receive. You know? So, yeah. Yeah, be patient, love yourself, honor yourself, and be grateful for everything you've been through and say, okay, I've learned this way enough. I'm ready to learn a new way. Okay? Robin. Yeah, raising your vibration is totally the key. I mean, you guys, I used to be in sales, okay? I worked in machinery sales. And that was before I started working on my subconscious programming at all. In machinery sales, there were CNC machines. They cut metal. I was selling them to engineers. And I'm a high school dropout. I couldn't handle high school. I didn't conform. I'm not left brain. I couldn't do it. I knew I was intelligent, but I thought I was stupid because I was dyslexic. I could barely read, and I certainly couldn't write. But I landed a job. Oh, wait a minute. I listened to Tony Robbins' thing on how to manifest. I wrote it down. I wanted a job making $100,000 a year. I landed a job selling CNC machines. And I was making $100,000 a year. And I became number one in the country for sales. And then I went on and started my own, and then I failed. Lost it all, moved, got a job working for realtor.com, also over 6 figures, by commission. Number one in the company in 1 month, and number 7 out of the whole year, out of 142 people. It was because I wrote down what I wanted and I focused on it. I put the energy into it to create it. And again, this is way before I really started working on myself. By then I had done hypnosis training and I started doing NLP and stuff. But it was the focus I had to create. I really wanted to win that trip to Hawaii. Really wanted to win it. I became number 7 for the whole year and got to go to Hawaii. And in July, I was like number 12. And I went, wow, I'm really close. I want to win. No, it was August or something. And by December, I was number 7. And I got to go. When I left that job and became a full-time healer, I fell on my face again. I ended up having to get food stamps to feed my kids. I couldn't do it because I didn't have the confidence in myself. I had the confidence in the products I was selling. So, and I felt good about them, so I could go do that. But having confidence in myself, I didn't have it. I fell flat on my face. And that was in 2009. I started making money in 2012 when I received sacred activations. And this was a total gift given to me. It wasn't something I created. But I was so frustrated with the other healing modalities out there, how long it took. And I said, I want something that does this. This is the fastest thing I know that does it. So just hang on. And I really want to get some work done with all of you today. Go ahead, Robin.
To unmute myself. You just brought up something for me, and that I had never had a problem making money. I'm a photographer, so that part of the business is easy, but I'm also a healer. And that's new in the past couple of years. And I thought I didn't have any issues around thinking that healers shouldn't make money or anything like that. I always thought, well, yeah, I mean, I can understand paying a lot of money for a healer. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But I guess what I discovered was that I have a problem thinking that I can make money as a healer because I always compare myself to everyone else. So like you and other healers that have what I would call divine gifts that are very different than anyone else, that to me is like kind of an upper level of healing. And so I'm always going, well, I can't do that, or I can't do it at that level. And so what I find myself doing is working on friends, and my friends go, whoa, what are you doing? That's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not as amazing as what Tamra can do. Call her. I'm like telling my clients to call other people.
Yeah, no, there's yeah. Well, and the thing is there is different healing levels, but that doesn't mean any of them are bad or any of them are better. What it means is there's different levels of people too, in their consciousness and what they're ready for. You know, some people are just ready for a psychic reading or a card reading. Some people are ready for Reiki. Some people are ready for hypnosis, you know, or other healing modalities. And then some people are ready for sacred activations. It's all different levels. You know, if I was given this modality 10 years before, I wouldn't have been ready for it. And I believe I really had to go through all the different trainings I went through to prepare me for what I received. So it's, you know, none is good or none is bad. It all just is. And it's all there for everybody for whatever level they're at. So there's an activation called CAS system. We just did this in the medical intuitive class. I just taught this last weekend. CAS system healers, really. Nobody's better or worse than you are. You are where you are. And if you decide to add more things to your toolbox, you can do that if that's what you desire to do. But you will attract the people that are ready for you. Do you understand? So it's totally okay. And don't put yourself down at all.
I know, it's just hard. I want my superpowers now. I'm ready now.
Yeah, I understand. Well, like I was telling Miriam, I offer all the training and it's on-demand training. And then you can rejoin a class live if you're interested in becoming a sacred activations practitioner.
And I did put in the chat box about if you could do a heart activation, because my favorite activation you do is the Christ consciousness activation. And I feel like what I've done in the past couple of years to get to where I am and to raise my vibration has really been to connect with higher self and to raise my vibration and to stay in that place. And I really want to just sit in a place of being love. Like I want to be that vibration. And that's kind of my focus, I think. And the more that I connect with higher self and the more I connect with love, the more abundance flows to me naturally. Yeah.
And that's what happens. So you're doing fine. Again, you can't go from riding a horse to flying a spaceship. Do you understand? Take your time. Enjoy the journey. It's like playing Monopoly. You set up the board, you get your money, you start playing, boom, you won. 10 minutes. Aren't you playing the game to enjoy the game? Why sit down to play Monopoly if you're going to win in 10 minutes and the game's over? You know, oh, okay. We're here to enjoy. We're here to learn. We're here to experience. And so from going from 0 to 100 in a couple seconds, the game's over. And what did you experience? You missed everything in between. So it's about the experience. So relax and enjoy. Okay. Hey guys, I need a little break because I got to pee. I'll be right back. And then we're going to start some energy work. I want to get the energy work in here. Okay. Steps on your journey. Yeah. Listen to Dawn. And you know, what's really cool. I put on my practitioner page just 5 minutes before this call started, because I know it's during the week and we weren't going to have a lot of people show up. And I've got 2 master teachers here that joined us, because I put the links on that page, on our practitioner page. I didn't share it with anybody else. But maybe they would like to share with you for a moment. Zara, Dawn. Called you on it. Go ahead, Dawn. I'll be right back.
Okay, I've literally just joined, so I'm just trying to catch up with the conversation. I was actually speaking to my sister, and Zara sent me the link saying, here, she's live. So, Zara, do you want to pick up and talk for a sec? Because I'm still trying to catch up. Hi, ladies.
I'm not sure I can add anything to that. I mean,
I caught her talking about journey, and it really is. It's like a learning process, and we've got to experience all the steps along the way. And I kind of talk to my clients about it being a bit like your first day at medical school and having your own practice, because if you went from day one to having your own practice, you weren't going to be able to help anybody because you've missed all the learning in between. And this is exactly what she's saying. You know, we're meant to take our time and experience it and go through go through the motions of our journey so that we can learn from it and not make the same mistakes. Does that make any sense? Is that in line with what she was saying? Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thumbs up. Was that right, Tamra?
I was busy tinkling, sorry.
Oh, you were busy tinkling. Oh, well, I'll forgive you. I was just telling them that you know, you talk about the horse to spaceship. I talk to my clients about first day at medical school and running your own practice. So if you go from one day to first day at school to having clients, you're not going to be able to help them because you've missed all the learning in between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really good. So how do you like being in sacred activations and being master teachers?
Personally, I love it. I love the work that we do. I love the results that we get. I love the results on myself as well. I mean, it's really brought me out my shell. I've been a healer, started off with Reiki, but I've been a healer for over 20, maybe 25 years now. And I've just always been afraid to get myself out there. But this last, I'd say 18 months, Tamra, roughly that, working on myself and getting out there in my business, it's an incredible change. You would never have got me talking like this at all about a year ago. And now I'm starting to put myself out there. So I'm really, really happy with the change and the progress that I'm making myself.
Good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. How about you, Zara?
Nice to meet you all.
I might say that from the moment that you start doing energy work to the moment when actual changes come in the physical, it can take a while.
Yeah.
But what's important is that you see the other changes. Like I'm still living in the same apartment, and still some other changes have to happen, but changes in my relationships, changes about how other people respect me. That's that has been huge difference. So I wouldn't I was like the same, like I had fixed my eyes and said this hasn't changed, and then it dawned on me how many things have actually changed except for my, the place where I live, so things that are more like in the realm of the relationship, so that like what you said, Tamra, first this has to shift before the other thing can shift.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And yeah, I can agree with Dawn that I really love doing the work. It's amazing. And it keeps being amazing, so it's not like it's getting dull or anything after doing it for a while, because it just keeps evolving.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes it just kicks my butt, man. All right, you guys. Thank you, Zara. Thank you, Dawn. Thanks for being here, you guys, and sharing with everybody. Diana, sitting here talking to you right now, I remember our private session. It just dawned on me who you are. Don't worry about it. You just remember what I told you during our session. Okay. And this reminds me of something Dr. Sankey told me 20 years ago. He's my guru. He told me I would be writing books and I would be a well-known healer. And I wasn't doing any healing work. Remember, I told you I'm dyslexic. I have 6 books out now. And 20 years ago, when he told me this stuff, I thought he was freaking crazy. I didn't know who he was. He told me he knew who I was. And then, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago or something, I talked to him. And he told me he saw me on stage as one of a big speaker in front of a lot of people. I don't know when that's going to happen. Is that my desire? Not really. I'm a pretty private person, but I'm okay going and doing my work. And So is that going to happen? I don't know, but I got 6 books out now. We're working on number 7 right now, which just blows me away. And my life and me keeps shifting and shifting and shifting. I'm not even close to being the same person I was a year ago. Not even close. I even look different. Yay. Anyways, better, should I say? At least that's my belief. I don't care what any of you think. All what matters is what's inside here, right? And what I told you will happen for you. I don't normally give readings unless I'm told something. Then I share it. Okay? I'm a healer. I'm not a psychic. I only give messages when I'm told to give messages. So remember that. All right, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run several activations at once. And I want you to focus on whatever it is for you. And then this week, I want you to take some notes because we're doing this again next Thursday. Since I missed last Thursday, and by the way, I really apologize, but we have another call next Thursday. So this week, I want you to write some notes and get ready for that, okay? So flow of money, allowing the flow, fear of the future, money in and out. What was that? Organ rejuvenation. Flow, peanut gallery, 0 to 7, caste system healers. Oh, dying is easier than living. So put your thought in your hearts or wherever and just think about whatever it is. And while I'm doing this, I'm silent. We'll be clearing out past life, future lives, genetics, and clearing out the collective consciousness out of this. And if I have anything else that comes up into my mind, I will also be running that and I'll let you know. Okay. Anger and resentment towards God came up. Always does. So whatever that is for you. Godspeed, healthy boundaries, not your doormat. Healthy living, drama. Okay, bring your energy into Mother Earth. There's one more, enjoying the journey. And the ability to laugh at yourself with what you created. Okay, going into Mother Earth. Just remember the bamboo tree is a seed for many years before it sprouts. And once it sprouts, it grows, I think, 7 feet in a month or something like that. And it takes 4 years to break the ground. So honor and respect yourself and your journey and what you're going through and what you're learning. Knowing everything's perfect. And keep going through the out of the mind matrix, you guys, even the more advanced ones. Somebody was talking about time collapsing onto itself. You know, we are everything. And I've gone through the process where I've brought in all my past lives into the now and brought all my power into the now and not living all those lifetimes. And that program will help you do that. So keep going through it. When you're ready, do those more advanced ones, because that'll really bring you into the oneness. So you're not scattered everywhere. Because if there's no such thing as time, you're also living your past life and future lives now. So the people that say they're have lived 1,000 lives, that means they're doing all that now, which means they're totally scattered everywhere, not able to totally and completely focus in the now. Go ahead, Diana.
So I had a question about that. When I heard you say that before in one of your lessons, and you were compressing all of the timelines into just one timeline. But what if this is not like, what if another timeline or another version of me in another realm is living like this awesome life? Wouldn't I want to leap forward into that timeline and like
bring it in? You bring
Can
it
you
all
explain
into
that
the
a little
now.
bit? Because I was a little bit confused on that. Like, well, what if this is not the timeline I want all of my energy to be put into? Like, what if it's like...
Well, if you bring all your energy in from the other timelines, it is the life you want to live. Because you bring all those abilities into the now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, you guys. Let this integrate. As you guys know, you might get a little emotional or a little tired after this. And it could wait for like 3 days before it happens. So just let the transformation, and then we'll meet again next Thursday at the same time and do the second call, and we'll be able to go deeper on that call. Okay. All right, everybody good? And you will also receive a replay on this so you can go through it again. All right. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. Have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.